Hey y'all, I'm Laura with Freedom Family, and today I'm going to be showing you how to recover a seat pan on a 2013 Toyota Tundra. Let's get to it. Okay, so first thing we're going to be doing is removing the seat. So you're definitely going to want to take off the negative battery cable to your battery because we're going to be removing this seat, and to do that we have to unplug the airbags, and you do not want to do that when your battery is on. Pretty simple to get out. We're just going to take out 4 bolts. We're doing this on the passenger side. If you do have a powered passenger side seat, you're going to want to leave your battery on so that you can move it all the way back, take out the front bolts, move it all the way forward, take out the back bolts, and then move it all the way to the middle where it's even, and then you're going to take your battery off and unplug the seat. Ours is manual, so I've gone ahead already unplugged the battery, and we can just move it backwards. It's a 14 millimeter. Move it all the way forward. So now we just need to remove these trim pieces, and they should come off pretty easily like that. And then those look like the same bolts. Yeah, and they are. I'm just going to stick all of the bolts back in and just give them a little bit of a turn so that we can slide the seat on the track without having to worry about it getting off track. It can get off track pretty easily, and then it's difficult to get lined up again. And we have multiple wires to unplug. That one just gets pressed down right there. This one gets pressed down right there. You just put your nail underneath it and slide it up. We've got a screw here, and then a screw back here. I just hold it off of this post right here, so it slides down on that. Still feel very attached. So let's try the other side. Okay, so I pull out and then go up. Okay, I'm gonna have to show you what I'm seeing once I get it off. Okay, we've got, very nearly broke it there. That's not good, but we have a little tab, and that's the only thing keeping this on, so you can get a flat blade screwdriver up underneath it and pry it up so that you can pull it off. Oh, I don't like that. I broke something. Darn it. How did that break? Probably gonna have to do some gluing right there. That's already been taken off. Nice. We should just have plastic snaps like this from here on out. So I'm just going to start here. We've got one right there. Be extra careful around all of this metal. It's not as sharp and exposed as I'm used to dealing with on the Fords and the GMs, but it's still kind of exposed metal, so you just want to keep your fingers from getting cut on it. We've got a plastic Christmas tree here. Just remove that. Oh, it didn't break, it's just small. We have some hognose clips holding on the back piece. I'm missing my tool that I normally use, so I'm just gonna bend them out of shape to get them off. This one is not sharp enough. So I'm just gonna pry this open. There it is. Okay. Okay. You're supposed to depress both of these wings at once, but with a flathead you can kind of get away with doing them one at a time. And that should give me the space that I need to work around this. Okay, we have another Christmas tree right there. I'm going to try to remove these so that I don't tear this one. There we go. Nasty, gross. So God damn. It gets hooked somewhere. I don't know where, but if yours is still intact, you'll see it still hooked up, and that's something you got to remove. I just didn't have to remove it on mine, but I will have to figure out how to get it attached again. I'm just going to try to fold it over on itself. Yep, all those rings. A lot of them. So we probably have a row here, and then probably a row in the middle there. So we're just going to work on our sides first. So we have our new cover here. This is just a generic cover that I got off of eBay. If you want a really good one, as close to OEM as possible, and also probably easier to install, you can go with the Seat Shop. That quality comes with a bigger price tag, but I've used them before and they have some great seat covers. But this is the seat cover we're using today, and it may mean that we have to make a few little modifications. So first thing, I'm just going to flip it inside out, and we're going to do the middle first. Very important that you kind of do this in order of the middle and then either side you want to, but if you put on either one of these sides, the middle is going to be very difficult to get to. And you're going to need a special hognose ring tool, and of course the hognose rings. It helps if you can just kind of get it punched in first. And then you're just going to want to push down and clamp it around the post, and I missed it. There it is. There we go. I'm just going to work one side at a time now. Looks like they have these little marks on the side, and that's actually telling you where to put the ring in, which is pretty cool. Alright, so now I'm just going to fold this cover over. Obviously, the downside of getting a cheaper cover is that not all of the seams are made quite right, and honestly, on this seat in particular, it's a little more important for it to be as seamless as possible. This is one of those seats where it pays to go for a little more of an expensive cover, but we're going to make this work for us. Now, it might be one of the hognose rings is pulling that part of it a little too much. Okay, yeah, it's not the hognose ring, it's literally just how it was made. The machine must have gotten off a little bit. Kind of frustrating, but I think we can take out this last ring and try to stretch it back to help with that. So now we've got that worked out, and it's not perfect, but it does look better, a little bit better than before. And you know, this is one of the more inferior covers I've seen. This line is so bad off. There are some places where it just does not form around the foam correctly. So I'm actually going to get out some of my headliner material scraps and see if I can't fill this in a little bit. If you have a Seat Shop seat cover or an actual OEM seat cover, this isn't going to apply to you. If you did go with the cheaper cover, you may want to try something like this to help fill it out. So I'm just going to tuck the back this in there. This cover gets hognose rings in there. I'm going to just save that for last so I can do some stretching with that. This is going to get flipped and then pushed up into here, which is actually going to be really difficult. It's always the hardest part, especially with one like this. I might even have to snip these corners to give me some ability to get it around the sides. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but I'm actually going to set it down on the ground so I can get a good grip on that. But before I put it on the ground, I'm just going to go ahead and clip these in. There it is. I'm going to use my knee to get some leverage on this. I'm just going to flip it upside down. Wow, this is going to be hard. So the problem is that the way this was shipped, the plastic hooks were folded out. So instead of shipping them curled in like they really should have done so that this would have been easier, they were out, and that means that they're going to constantly fight being pushed the opposite direction. But it is on. Maybe some heat would help and just try to help it conform. The last piece of it, hopefully that doesn't flip out while I'm trying to put this in. While I'm here with this heat gun, I have learned a new technique of getting aftermarket seat covers to look just a little bit better. You can use a heat gun to sort of smooth out all the wrinkles. Of course, it works better on some lighter wrinkles. It kind of tightens things up a little bit. So yeah, we have just a few last things to do before we put it in, and that is hognose ring clip this up and then put all the Christmas trees in to the sides. Just gonna go ahead and put this back in before I forget. I don't like how much pressure it's in, so I'm just gonna put in as many as possible. Finally figured out it hooks onto these, but the elasticity is pretty much gone, so I'm just going to like flip them a couple of times and that should help. We're gonna have to punch our own hole for the Christmas tree. You can just do that with a screwdriver. And then I cut a hole for this right here that gets screwed in. plug these in first. Black, gray, yellow. We'll stick our bolts in so we can move the track. We'll pop our plastic covers back on. And that's it. We hope you enjoyed the video and maybe found it helpful. If you did, please consider giving us a like and maybe subscribing. It really helps out the channel. And as always, I will be happy to answer as many questions as I can in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again in the shop. This is not a GM. There'll be Torx screws everywhere in all different sizes. Don't put that in. We're gonna get so many rude comments. It'll be like, Team Chevy, to war!